unread, not going to open it.
What's up with the people thinking you're a catch? I don't know. It's weird.
That's true, too, though. You're right.
You're a part of this mess.
Just doing a show with you and your brothers.
We know they aren't singing to you. We know that for a fact.
Oh, yeah. That was, we talked about the things that ick you or whatever it was. Like, whenever you go out on a date with somebody or whatever. And that was Carson's, when guys sing to her.
I can kind of see that. I can see that.
Right. It's one thing when it's like a famous guy that gets paid to do that, but most guys.
But dude,
who have you had personally?
Do you want a chick singing to you, getting up on right?
No.
See, you just icked.
Yeah,
I
don't even like whenever there's a singer in here. It could be anybody. It could be Jelly Roll. It could be the most beautiful person in the world. Carrie Underwood sitting right across from me. I try not to make eye contact because it's weird.
Same.
Because, I mean, we're only in the, they're singing and we're in a room with like just a few people. And, so they're performing and I'm like, don't sing to me.
Never
don't sing to me.
noticed that you don't look at them.
Oh my gosh, if you are on, like me and Bubba on this side, so Bubba's here like, oh yeah, I'm just working the board. Like he's just doing anything.
Like he's moving things that don't even plugged in.
And I'm just like putting my mic out of the way, like, and I'm looking over like Bubba's doing something real interesting that is not akin at all to whoever is sitting here next to me singing.
I never knew that.
Because I feel bad. I'm like, I'm sorry. I asked you to be a show pony. And so,
well, yeah, that's why they're here. That's right.
I know it is, but it
makes
me awkward, so I just look away politely.
So I have the opposite. I purposely stare at them because I want them to feel like
they're connecting.
I'm paying attention.
Oh yeah, it's such a weird, awkward thing. Like I don't know. It's just. I mean, I'll catch one or two glances during the song, and I'll do a nod, like, yeah. When it happens, I hate it.
And I don't look at them because I'm behind them. I just see the back of their head, so I'm like, it doesn't matter to me.
I appreciate when they sing with their eyes closed, because now you've taken all the pressure off me.
Do you guys think artists are – have you ever talked to an artist about this?
Mm-mm.
No.
And asked them, like, hey, I think –
please don't look at me.
I think it's part of their job. I don't think they're uncomfortable.
Now, wait a minute. Keith Urban was in here recently. You had to have been looking at Keith Urban.
Yeah, but he wasn't singing.
Oh, I forgot that he didn't sing. That's right. I forgot.
But if they sing and they're staring at, and I'm watching, I mean, it's weird. To me, they're singing, and if I'm not watching them, it's like, hey, I'm doing this, and no one cares. So I want to make sure that I'm staring. I do.
So that's you showing appreciation. And we're grateful that you're here.
And what are y'all doing? You're just...
Bubba looks like he's doing really technical stuff.
No. I mean, what do you see it as an ick? Do you feel that you're making it uncomfortable? I don't.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I feel that it is. Then do they feel obligated to continue the eye contact if they catch my eye? I don't know. It's a weird because I'm putting myself in their shoes, which I'm not because I'm not a singer and I
different whenever that person paid money to come and see you and you're looking at them and you're going, okay, you're a fan. I'm looking at you and I know it's special to you or whatever. When they're in here, we didn't pay money for them to, come in and like we make that connection. It's like, oh, wow, we just connected. That's weird.
See, I think I make it about me, that I'm putting myself in their situation, even though I don't have anything in common with what they're doing. But I'm like, oh, I wouldn't want people to look at me, so I won't look at them. So
well, you turn my phone on. Well, let's just ask. Let's ask an artist.
Oh, who are we calling?
And we'll just say,
okay.
We'll just straight up and see it because I don't think it's
as weird as we are making it.
I really don't. I don't think it's. I think they want you to look at them. I think he's on the road.
CB, leave a message.
Oh.
Hey, man, Steve, I got a question for you. When you're in the studio singing, like at a radio studio, and the hosts look at you, do you feel awkward and you prefer that they don't look at you? Or do you prefer them to look at you kind of like they're engaged the entire time? Okay, thank you. We'll see. That's Clint Black.
Yeah,
so
I figured CB and with the voice.
But he'll come back with some snarky thing like,
don't look at me.
Yeah. I don't think it's...
See, I've done that. Even like I've gone to shows before and I've been front row and I'm in front of an artist who I know, right? That I, have some sort of recognition and familiarity with.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize, oh my gosh, front row was this close and I was going to be up your nose. And so I spend the whole show not looking at him. So I just look beyond him the whole time. How's Mike doing on drums? Or a buddy of mine who plays guitar in a rock band. And I was in front of him at the front of the stage. And I'm like, oh, I didn't realize I'd be this close to Dave. I'm going to watch what's happening with everybody else on stage. And I said to him after, hey, sorry if that made you weird. And he was like, he goes, honestly, I looked down. I was like, oh, she really did buy good seats. And I was like, okay. So, they're fine with it. They're performers. It's what they do.
How is Mick when you get so close to the Stones?
Mick ain't looking at me. Mick's like, okay, where's the hottest chick in the recruit?
Oh, stop.
But that's the thing. That it's me being awkward, and I know it's not them. So.
Some new news came out this week. Morgan Wallen is adding to the Broadway bar scene.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. That's huge. I really, man, you guys. No, I think it's huge because look, the tourism thing is great and it's wonderful. And do we know where it's going to be?
It's right across from Ryman, 4th Avenue there.
Okay.
The corner.
My reaction is that character from Bob's Burgers.
Right across from the Ryman?
Mm-hmm.
On 4th?
Yeah. It's like it's
on
4th
the-
or 5th, but it's like the corner there.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I think it's on that side.
So they're going to move. Okay, well, that's interesting. So
Yeah.
it's not going to be on Broadway.
No, I was watching a video. Somebody was showing the location, and I still couldn't quite place it in my head exactly where it's at, but yeah, that's about.
Bubba, all the points that you brought up are valid.
Which ones?
About, hey, it's good because it's another bar down there and that and tourism and all that other stuff, except if you live there.
Yeah, it's
I don't live in the middle of that, so.
Well, but I'm just saying, whatever.
I almost did because after the divorce, I was like, man, this is my one opportunity to where I could go and be in the middle of all that. And then I went look at a place, and all I heard was, I was like, no. Yeah, a lot of that. And I'm like, I don't need this. I want to be able to have some downtime.
Yeah, see, that doesn't bother me. Like, I lived in New York, and so the street noise I actually liked because it's white noise. To me, it was more about the traffic of trying to get in and out of your building.
Could you imagine trying to get there during some
CMA Fest?
New Year's CMA Fest when they shut all the roads?
Yeah, the drop, right?
Yeah.
Which they
all
should
that
come
kind
back
of
and
stuff.
do again.
Super Bowl, all
It'll
that
come
stuff.
back.
I mean, any given weekend. Honestly, I was downtown last night, and we were supposed to be going to. It's literally the name of the restaurant is 2 cross streets, like Church and Union or something. And the guy drops us on Broadway, and he's like, "Oh, just walk that way." And I was like, "Oh, hey, I live here. This ain't it."
You did?
Yeah.
You called him out. What'd he do?
I did. I was like, they're tourists. I'm not. I'm like, no, it's literally in your map, and you're not following it. And he was like, oh, I mean, I just can't get up there. I go, I don't know. That says you have a left turn signal. Turn.
Oh, good for you.
I did. I was because I'm like, really? Because this was a good 4 blocks up a hill,
Oh,
and I said, this is nowhere close, sir. And
Good
I
for
know.
you.
It also helps when you have other people with you. Because if it'd just be me in a car, I'd be like, okay. But now I feel like I got backup. I'm gonna puff up.
Have you seen those videos where women will have a video that their guy records or somebody records, and they play it when they're in an Uber and they're alone at night or something, and they just play it and it's the guy going, hello, and the girl starts going, hey, just letting you know I'm in the Uber, I'm heading home. Okay, what time do you think you're going to get back or you get here? Should be there in the next 15 minutes. Okay, cool. I'm going to be outside. I'll be waiting for you. Okay.
Share your location.
That was I
make
did.
sure you
I
share
saw
your
one guy
location.
who he didn't just film that video. He also provided a script as to what you should say back to him.
Oh, nice.
So that way it sounded like a genuine conversation. One of them was like, okay, I just got your location pin. I'll be tracking you. One of the things
that's a
he
good
said.
one.
It was really, I saved it.
Have you
I
ever
know I
used
saved
one of those?
No, I haven't felt too much of a need to do it. Honestly, the worst Uber experience I ever had was a guy who figured out that I work with y'all, and then he turned up the radio real loud and started to sing. And he's like, you think I got a great voice, right?
Oh, no.
Well, he double.
And
He,
you
love
that was
that.
your thing. You just talked about how you didn't like
And I
the
was
guy
like,
singing.
oh, dear.
Oh, the guys that love this. Let me get them on the phone.
I mean, shoot your shot, but oh, boy.
Well, hey, yeah, it's anyway. I did see where speaking of ride share things and all that. So they did like earning reports that have been coming out the last couple of weeks or so for different companies, U.S. companies, and Lyft was one of them. And they had put out a press release ahead of their call. They do a call with reporters and investors and that kind of thing to give them kind of run down what they had already sent out. Well, they sent out the wrong number. It
Oh.
was way higher than it should have been.
Oh.
And one of the reporters said, "Hey, I'm just seeing on your reports here that is that supposed to be 50? You mean? Did you mean 50?" And the I don't know who it was. It was like let's see, Clint just says, "Hey, got your voicemail. I don't have any qualms about hosts looking at me, but when I walk into the studio, I prefer you avert your eyes." Goes without saying, I think. I told you he becomes something quirky.
He's so great.
Yeah, so there. Did you mean like is 50 or something? And the whoever, some woman comes on, she's like, actually, no, that was a typo. It was $1 billion typo.
Ooh.
What?
Oh.
And
So
don't
like
make me
the
say
investors
it.
are making
Don't make
the-
me say it
You mean billion with a B?
with a B. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think she's.
You'll notice
working
that.
there.
By the way, if you're watching or listening to the podcast right now, you'll notice that everywhere. People can't say it's $1 billion without saying
with the B. They just can't. It's impossible. It's
It's
somehow
the same thing,
in our,
just like on a scale of 1 to 10, with
10 being the highest. I collect those. It's some of my favorite things. It's also when someone goes to pet a dog and the dog starts kind of sniffing them. They always have to say it. Oh, you must smell my dog. Yeah,
I have a cat.
Impossible. That's a great comedy timing.
Amazing.
That was so good.
That
I
was
love it.
well done.
Anything else?
That's dope.
No, I think that's pretty much
covered
it. I
it.
think we've
Chris-
covered everything. Yeah, Chris Young coming up. For those of you who are watching on the podcast, you go to the audio version and go ahead and listen to that. We got that interview there. I also do want to mention this. If you are listening or watching this podcast, give us a rating. Give us like the best rating ever. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, give us a 10. We would really appreciate it because that's the kind of stuff that allows the podcast
Hey, give
to
5
grow.
stars to those inbreds who got that podcast.
Yeah,
that's
please.
basically what it
Please,
is.
because the people in India are going to shut us down. So
I'm not going to say that.
we need you today. So yeah, definitely subscribe, like, share, do the whole thing. If you're on social media, share the link and just say, hey,
Because we want to get to 1 billion followers.
1 billion with a. So go ahead and do all that, and thank you.
This was the podcast, but
Now
now
it's
it's over.
over.
But that's okay.
Thank
You
God
can
it's
listen
over.
to the regular show
I got a banana.
on the radio every day. It was the podcast.
It's over.